Tonight, in a battle for the right to play for the WDL title, the #1 ranked Best Ever, led by Captain Ross King, defend their den from the #5 ranked Sexual Panthers, who advanced last week in one of the most thrilling WDL games of all time. The winner of tonight's bout will earn the opportunity to play in the Demon Sphere Championship Classic, while the other will watch from home. Can the Best Ever live up to their name, or will the Sexual Panthers take a bite out of their championship dreams? Welcome everybody to the WDL semifinals here tonight. I am Ralphus, Commissioner of the WDL, joined by Kay Blair here on production and co-commentary.
What's up?
And unfortunately it looks like this game started without us, so they're already going. Maybe. Nope. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're just messing around. Which is really good.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Action.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, tonight we got the Best Ever. They are the #1 seed in the WDL here. They were 4-1 in the regular season, tied at the top with Superchargers. They have the #1 ranked offense, scoring over 4 flags per round. They have the #1 ranked defense, being scored on only 2.08 flags per round. While the Sexual Panthers, their offense leaves a lot to be desired. They are 5th in the ranking, kind of middle of the pack in the league. 3rd in overall defense. They have a pretty stout defense. It's time to see if they can get their offense rolling here. They had some issues last week. The game's going to get started here in the first round. For those that don't know, first time tuning in, this is going to be a best-of-5 situation. The first 2 rounds are going to be on Best Ever's home field, which is this map. And right now, Rude with a good grab here to start, but flag is returned. Best-of-5, the first 2 rounds will be on Best Ever's home field, then it will return to the Panthers' home field. And we're seeing some pretty close runs here. Focus on the action a little bit. So the Panthers, they the whole league actually played this map in the final week of the regular season 2 weeks ago, so it's a familiar map to all the teams in the league. There's no surprises here. The Panthers did tie their round, or rather their game, with the Phantom Troop in week 5, so they had mixed success here. They didn't win, they didn't lose. Infer across with the flag. A lot of great defense here so far. It's kind of an interesting map, wouldn't you say, Blair? There's a mid that's kind of unconventional. It's not symmetrical in the traditional sense. It's more like the original map 8, where it's mirrored horizontally.
Yeah. Very. Also, rocket jumps are exceedingly difficult, as Rude looks like he might cap here.
Rude is up top. He has an opportunity to score, but Legion grabs the flag, and SXP clears the base out. SXP strikes first here on Best Ever's home field. And Rude does exactly what you said. He went up top and scored the first flag. So, compared to some of the other playoff games, low-scoring affair to start the game here. First 2 minutes in, only 1 flag scored. Kind of a defensive struggle. The lineups tonight for Best Ever, we have Rosking, who's the captain. All 3 seasons he has captained his team. They have gone in as the #1 seed, but he has failed to win the championship yet. So every time he's gone in as the #1 seed, they're not able to seal the deal. He has the second season, the sophomore superstar Infer from Brazil, who is playing very well right now. He's leading his team in frags, although the entire Best Ever team is being out-fragged. And Legion, a veteran of the game. So Rosking is going to respond here and put 1-1 on the board. He scores for Best Ever, ties it up with a quarter way into the first round. About 7 minutes and 20 seconds remain. Rude trying to get out to mid here. He made a mistake. It looked like he thought he had the flag. He didn't. He had to go back and grab it.
Your best chance to cap here is to, might be self-explanatory, but not hit any walls. It's got to be a really smooth run. Unless you get tricky with the lift, which is how Rude got his first.
Yeah, for sure. The walls, I mean, they're a blessing and a curse. Good runner can kind of thread the needle. Now Rude has a nice hand on the flag here. He gets it into his base. Unfortunately, for SXP, Best Ever does return the flag. So we're tied up here with 6 minutes and 35 to play. But Rosking does have his hands on the flag. He does a little rope-a-dope action. Kind of plays with the lift, tricks them, tricks the Panthers on the way across, and he is in for the score.
With 5 HP, that was very well done.
Yeah, he was very aware of where his team was, probably making the right calls. Communication is a big part of the WDL. Every team, you know, we've seen time and time again, the teams with great communication are often the ones that do best. And Rosking, one of the most prolific players in TTF, shows why his team is always #1. Now Tony is across here, going to respond possibly, but Best is able to get a return as we hit the or the 4-minute mark, 4 minutes in, 6 minutes remaining here. So Best Ever does lead the first round, 2-1 over the Sexual Panthers. And
still
you know,
very early in this matchup.
Oh yeah, this map can definitely explode. We've seen, you know, 3 flags in a minute here before. So Tony does have a nice looking run here. Can he beat all these guys in mid? No. Legion is there to stop him. Rosking gets the return. There's just a great swarming defense by Best Ever. Now both flags are out at the moment.
Ooh, it's a double kill. It's gonna get Rosking across.
Rude had a nice little setup, but unfortunately both flags were returned. Rude was unable to shake his guy after his own flag was returned. Well, let's take a look here at Rosking, who is getting ready for a rocket jump run, but the defense for the Panthers are, you know, they're ready for this. They've seen this in week 5. A lot of the tricks on this map are pretty well known at this point. It comes down to execution. Both flags are out. A huge return for Best Ever. Rude's unable to make it out of the base, and Best Ever goes up 3-1 here with 4:25 to play on the clock. And Blair, you know, how important do you think winning this first round is for these teams?
I would love to see the stat on teams that win the first round, how often they win the game, because it really just sets the tone of the entire matchup. Even if you go down, you still have that confidence that you can, you know, pull one over on them.
And it's really important for the lower team, in this case the Panthers, to try and steal a match on this home field and take it back to their own. Unfortunately for SXP, hopefully this will turn out different for them this week. Last week they faced Quantum Power, and in one of the best games of all time, they were able to win in 6 rounds, a 6-round game. But they only won their map once. They tied it once and they lost it once. So you have to wonder if that really is a significant home field advantage to them. So right now the pace is pretty much set. Both teams are kind of still trying to chip away here, but they're both playing great mid, great defense, making it very difficult for the main runners on both teams to penetrate, get the flag, and get out. But Best Ever does lead 3-1 with 3 minutes to play on the clock. So you start to wonder if the Panthers are going to change their strategy, maybe throw a little bit more at them, try and force the issue.
Yeah, it's a hard balance on this map because unfortunately not having enough defense is extremely amplified. You just get spawn camps and they're out quickly. It's going to be hard to claw back into this one. Possible, but hard.
So we're about to hit the final quarter of this round, 2:30 on the clock. Both flags are out. Tony has the flag for SXP. Legion has the flag for BST.
Oh, this is a
pivotal moment. Rude is able to pick up Tony's drop flag. Great teamwork by the Panthers.
Yep.
They do get it on the stand, and they come within. You know, reaching distance here. 3-2 in the first round. 2 minutes and 12 to play on the clock. Rude does have the flag.
Rude looking for another, misses the jump.
He's looking for another cap. It looks like his team is guarding him, and they tie it up just like that with 2 minutes to play. The Panthers do respond.
This made me look foolish.
It looks like they have the momentum on their side right now. Maybe they've figured it out. Tony about to try and make another run here, but Rosking's there to stop him.
That was 2 great runs. You know, they got a lot of separation, very tricky. A lot of jukes in the base that really got the BST defenders to bite.
And you're seeing the Panthers, you know, they're really relying on Human Bones' frag ability here. I mean, he has 73 frags. That is 21 more than anyone else in this game. You know, he's really holding down the defense, allowing both Rude and Tony to run. And Rude is out here, and as if on cue, the spin doctors, Rude and Tony, they make it happen, and they leave BST wondering, okay, you know, we were up 3-1. There's a minute left. Now we're down. But Rosking is there to respond with an amazing rocket jump to the upper area, and he's going to have to try and get across mid, but he does have a bunch of Panthers players just keep spawning in front of him. He decides to go back out down the lift. He's probably telling his team, I'm coming out main. And unfortunately, the Panthers are all over him.
Little bit of spawn luck there, especially since there's an SSG up there.
I mean, they spawned 4 times in front of him. That's just
the nature of the game.
Oh, but he's going to make it right here, it looks like. They have an opportunity to tie it up, and with 30 seconds on the clock, we are tied up 4-4 in the first round. Both teams are going to want this win. Rude misses the flag. He has an amazing rocket jump out of the base, but doesn't take the flag with him. But he does come back for it here. And SXP steals the home field, coming back down from 3-1, win 5-4 with an exciting first round. Barely any time left on the clock. That's going to be huge for the Panthers. The number 5 ranked Panthers taking on the overwhelming, you know, favorite in this match, number 1 Best Ever. You have to wonder if that 1 week layoff is maybe conveying a little bit of rust into Best Ever's play, and they're going to bounce back here.
Yeah, that's going to be that's a tough loss to take, especially when you're up and in first. You can tell.
Yeah, looks like Best Ever, they score on their first touch, 20 seconds in here. beginning of the second round, but SXP is in the driver's seat at this moment. Human Bones has a flag. Been kind of an uncommon sight this game. Both flags are returned to the stands. And Rude and Tony really kind of coming together and having some great runs there. But Infer, before I even talk about those guys, Infer is about to score a second flag in the first minute of this round. Infer is exploding for best ever, showing why they were the top-ranked offense of the season. Now Legion almost gets out, gets another one. Rude and Tony, you know, they looked great at the end of the last round. They were really getting it together. Tony, you know, daddy cool. He just takes it right out mid, while Rude is more of the rocket jumping finesse type of player. So they're a nice complement to each other, especially when you have someone like Human Bones on the back end playing defense. But Ross King is no joke. I mean, he's all over the map doing everything necessary. He's running at times, he's defending, playing mid. So Ross King really leading best ever here. Infer, only 6 frags this round, but the stat that matters, 2 points on the board from Infer in the first minute. We're only a minute and a half into the second round, and best ever does lead 2-0. Now Rude has the flag. It's left in the upper lift area. This is an opportunity for the Panthers to grab it, but the lift is dropped over and over, and it doesn't look like anyone's probably going to get a hold of it. And in the midst of all that chaos, Infer has an opportunity to run another one in here for a hat trick. Oh, but he is stopped just short of the stand. We're having a standoff right at the flag, and best ever is able to pull it off. Legion gets the pickup capture. Legion, one of the most undersung thirds in this league. Always reliable. Just a great player. He's so much experience that he can really do anything you need him to.
He's been getting great separation on a bunch of his runs all night, you know. He's just non-stop.
In terms of frags, we're seeing best ever lead slightly this round, 50-40. Looks like they're focusing more on fragging. You can see Ross King right now leading with 24 frags. The next closest in the game is Bones with 16. So kind of a reversal of roles here, as best ever takes a defensive stance in round 2, and they are up 3-0 with 7 minutes to play on the clock. Tony is going to try and make something happen here. He makes it out to mid, and Daddy Cool is loose. He is in the base. Now, he has an opportunity to put this on a stand, but he's in a precarious position. He does it anyway.
I thought Rude was Daddy Cool.
Tony puts up one flag here, and Panthers come up 3-1. The score that we saw last game. So best ever cannot sleep on the Panthers. They were in the same position last game, and they were able to bring it back. So both flags return to the stand right now. 6:30 to play on the clock in the second round. SXP does lead the round count 1-0. But best ever leads the round so far 3-1. Infer is trying to make a push out to mid here, but all of the Panthers are ready for him. But they're not ready for Legion's rocket jump. And he makes it across. Rude unfortunately fails his rocket jump, and best ever goes up 4-1. So best ever really bouncing back from the first round, kind of shaking off that rust that they had for not playing.
You gotta give credit, a little bit of credit to Cab for his mid-game adjustment, you know?
Oh, absolutely, and that's why he's one of the best captains around. His team has been first place for all 3 seasons that he's captained. As we said earlier, he has not won the championship yet, but his team is always in the discussion. There was no doubt that they would be this season, and this round right here, they're showing why. I mean, their offense looks potent. We're not even halfway through the round yet, and they're up 4-1. 5:30 on the clock to play. Tony gets a grab, but he's killed at the stand.
Rude's stalking here, looking for a rocket jump.
Rude does make the rocket jump, and he kills the defender, but now he gets the bad spawn. It doesn't matter, though. He gets across, but it's hanging up top in the upper area. You have to wonder if they can almost maybe jump up and grab it. Infer does return it, yeah. So we're about to hit the halfway point here. If we make it to that, if Ross King doesn't take it across for the score. Tony also with the flag for the Panthers. So 5 minutes on the clock. We are officially at the halfway point. So much action has been happening. The frags have kind of evened back up, both hanging around the upper 80s here. Bones is caught up to Ross King in the frag count. And really, they just look evenly matched at this point of the game. The only thing that does not look evenly matched is the scoreboard. Best ever leading 4-1 with 4:35 to play on the clock. And this is really going to be a huge round for best ever. You have to wonder, they're an all-around team, but are they going to be able to compete with SXP on their home field? SXP, you know, they had the opportunity to really dig into it last week, even though they had a win-loss and tie in their playoff game. They were playing a very frag-heavy team, one of the more frag-heavy teams in the league. So, is best ever going to want to try and keep up that sort of heavy fragging and bring it back to this map? And best ever puts this one away with 4 minutes even remaining on the clock. So, I mean, if you look at this compared to the first round, best ever basically blows the Panthers out of the water 5-1. And now we're going to head to the Panthers home field, map 16, classic ZDCTF map.
Yep.
We are tied up 1-1, which means that we're going to 5 rounds tonight.
And now the name of the game is item control. Gotta control that middle.
That's true. And just like the last map, which had a blue armor, we didn't really touch on it a whole lot during that game, but this has the Megasphere. And for those that don't know what the Megasphere does, it gives you 200 health and 200 blue armor, and that means that any damage you take while you're alive is going to be reduced by half. It turns you into a monster when you can get a nice run here. So both flags are out. Tony is getting ready to cross mid. Ross King also in mid with the flag. It looks like Ross King has the Mega. He's hiding in the center pillar. The Mega does come up, and Human Bones has it. He's probably going to go for another run here. And there he goes. So Tony's probably going to put one on the board. Tony scores the first flag within the first minute. Bones is in here with the Mega. And this is something that the Panthers really excel at, that item control. We saw that last week. They were so in sync in flooding the center room, taking that Megasphere. And that's just a huge component of scoring on this map. And they get it again. So all 3 Megaspheres accounted for have been picked up by the Panthers so far this round. And Human Bones has it. He's sitting in the back area. The best ever does know he has it. Ross King is chasing him. Ross King goes down, but he's going to spawn in front of him. And that's really a big problem in this map. If you kill the defender in the flag room, they're going to spawn in front of you on your way out. So you have to make a decision. Do I want to try and just outrun this guy, hope that he doesn't kill me? Ross King gets the first Megasphere here for best ever. So you're going to have an opportunity to see if he's going to go in for a run or if he took too much damage from the rockets.
Yeah, it looks like he got the sphere, but at the cost of doing that, he took a rocket to the face. Still doable for a run. You pick up that soul.
And he does have the flag in his hand, but he's getting chased down by all 3 Panthers in the flag room. 7:45 on the clock. Legion's got his hand on the flag now. And he's on his way out. He makes it to the hallway. But Bones is there to stop him.
It's a bit far back for the defense, but he made the frag. Bones, of course, been in this situation many times, knows what he's doing.
Yeah, there's no the least amount of experience in this game is going to be Infer, who is only in his 2nd WDL season, but he's shown so far that he is a rising star in this league. As far as the other 5 players, they are all very experienced and played in many playoff games. I'm sure that their nerves are just fine. It's all business for both teams here tonight.
Blue flag dropped. Blue flag returned.
Now Bones with some classic Z-Damon rocket defense here.
Yep, using those rockets as area denial, which you can because the hallway is so tiny. And just waiting for that spawn.
Best ever has that spawn controlled, but Rude is snuck deep into the base, and he is across. Rude burns that, but he's going to have some guys to beat. Oh, and a huge return by Ross King, who has the Megasphere, decides, I'm not going to even go for the flag. I'm going to keep our flag safe so that we don't go down 2-0 here.
Beautiful return.
So both flags on the stand here. This map, a much slower pace than the previous map. The Panthers do lead 1-0. Frags, the Panthers about 50. Best ever about 40, so about a 10 frag difference. Not a huge difference, I wouldn't say. And Rude is really getting some great runs even without the Mega Sphere. And as the Sphere gets ready to come up, you're going to see both teams start to rush this middle room. The Panthers have taken over that pillar. Tony gets the Mega Sphere. He goes in. He has it. Best Ever, they do know that he's there. Infer's chasing. Ross King was there waiting. Or, I'm sorry, Legion was there waiting. Tony is just trying. See, Tony is taking a different approach. He's just trying to run out, hoping his team will help him. It was a good pickup by Rude there by accident, but they weren't able to make it all the way to mid. Very close. And they also have to contend with Human Bones rockets that are flying down the middle of the map the entire time. So at the halfway point here, the Panthers do lead 1-0. Best Ever grabs the Mega Sphere. So they're going to go in for a run. Ross King has it. He gets good penetration. He gets a kill on the way out. He's out to the middle hallway. He has a chance to cross mid. His team is there to protect him. And that's going to be a score for Best Ever unless there's some sort of secret move that the Panthers had waiting. They did not. And we're tied up here with half of a round to play.
A quick thinking by Ross King jumped to over the rock. That was pretty nice. It's very quick reaction time you need for that.
And that's why he's one of the best in the game. And you know, you can really see that Ross King is such a contributing factor on his team this round. I don't know how much stock you put into the point system on the scoreboard, but he has 62. He has more than both of his other two teammates combined. Whereas for the Panthers, it's a much more even affair. So it looks like Ross King's really been carrying the load this round in touches and returns. We saw him have a last-second return earlier. He's been getting the Mega Sphere, getting a lot of touches. So far this round, you have to give it to Ross King. He's doing everything he can to really push Best Ever forward.
Yeah, it's certainly the formula you want. You really, really want to get as many Mega Spheres as humanly possible.
Now let's take a look at Infer here. He is in mid. He looks to be playing the mid position, kind of hawking the Mega Sphere, doing a little bit of a chase defense here. You see that he's following Rude. Going to scrap with Tony here in the mid. Now I don't think they know, but I believe there's someone on that middle pillar waiting for the Mega Sphere. No, I'm wrong about that. Disregard.
Roger that.
So Infer for now, waiting for that Mega. His job as the mid is probably to time it and try and control it. The Mega Sphere will respawn 30 seconds after it's grabbed. So it's very important that at least one person on your team knows when that sphere is grabbed and they're calling out the next time.
Yeah, the ability to time the sphere obviously helps you in your favor. Sometimes you don't have eyes on the sphere spawn, so you lose it, but it's very important to always keep an eye on it.
Now we'll switch over to Tony here and we'll take a look and see what Tony's up to. He's having a little trouble getting fought in his own base here, but he is favoring the rockets. He switches to the shotgun. Looks like he's almost dropped to a defensive role here. Now he's going to have to go one-on-one with Infer as Infer's on his way out. Tony gets a bad spawn. He's burnt. You got to hope that one of his guys are up there to save it, but they cannot stop Infer. He threads the needle. And Best Ever is going to go up 2-1 on the Panthers' home field. So far, possibly a reverse of the first two rounds. Infer with a huge play.
Infer ate a rocket, but he kept calm. You know, he went in the side room, waited for his help to push up, made the frag, and he was gone.
Now Rude has an opportunity to try and tie it up. He does get it to mid, but he is killed. Best Ever is going to probably try and hold here. You have 1 minute and 35 on the clock. They're going to want to not get pushed into the base. Prevent defense has blown up on everybody in this league in the past, but with 1 minute and 30 on a map like this, you have to think that in all likelihood Best Ever has a very good chance of holding this score, winning the third round here.
Yeah,
will
minute
put them
15
on the
is not that much time on a map this big.
So who are we going to watch in the final minute here?
You're gonna have to take a look at Rude. Even though he doesn't get spheres, he just gets his armor, gets his soul sphere, and says, let's do it.
So Root is in with a little bit of armor and a little bit of health. There's a little bit of health too, but he only makes it a little bit of the way out. Now Bones is in, and Bones has a grab with the blue armor, the Megasphere. He's waiting for his team to push up and try and help, but he's fighting the clock as well here. 35 seconds on the clock. He gets 1 kill on the way out. He gets another kill on the way out. Can he get 3? Can he make it all the way? He makes it to mid.
He needs to be one.
His team?
There it is.
His team is there to help. Oh, but a
Beautiful
huge
return.
Infer is there to save the round for best ever. Human Bones was gone. His team was unable to seal the deal and protect him across mid. They got almost every player, but Infer was all over him. Best ever is going to take a round on SXP's home field, put them up 2-1 in the round count, and now the Panthers are facing elimination. One more win from Best Ever is going to propel them to the Demon Sphere Championship Classic. And the Panthers, they're going to need to win this next round, and they're going to need to go back and win again on Best Ever's home field.
Oh, man. Will we see a split home field here, and will we go back, or will it be BST that goes to the finals?
So BST does grab the Megasphere here at the start. And it's Infer, and he has big health, big armor. He's waiting. He's biding his time for his run. He's not going yet. He's waiting. And Infer he's probably going to make his move right here. There he goes. So he's in with 100 health, but he has 100 blue armor. He's got the rocket launcher out. He's going to try and pepper this hallway, and it works. He gets Tony on the way out. He gets Bones on the way out, but Tony on the respawn gets him.
Unfortunate that neither of those spawns went behind him, but nature of the game, of course.
Now, Rude is about to go in for a run. He has blue armor, but unfortunately he takes the hit. He spends too much time dancing. He grabs the Soul Sphere. There's still a chance to salvage this run. Nobody even knows that he's in, it seems. He's going to have a little bit of help on the way out from Tony. But they get stood up.
Yeah, he lived long enough to see his blue armor disappear, which not everyone can say, but didn't make their run. SXP, they're feeling the heat.
Yeah, the Panthers are definitely in win mode. Effectively, they are down a flag right now. Well, that's actually not really true.
Yeah, they can tie and win next round.
They could tie and win the next round. Yeah, sure. So
they need to win one of these two.
Yeah.
And not lose any.
Yeah, a loss is going to put them out. They can afford to tie. They cannot afford to lose.
Red flag, take it.
So if BST goes up 1 here, it's going to be huge for them.
Flag return.
Yeah, that's going to put the Panthers in the serious danger zone. Now, we're seeing a lot less activity out of the Panthers so far this round. They're getting doubled in frags. Rude does grab the blue armor here, but Best Ever is all over him. They know that he's incoming. They already poached that Soul Sphere to prevent him from... Look, they're running a 2 defensive set. They're really just pulling back, and they're putting it on the Panthers. They're saying, if you want this win, you have to come take it.
And I respect a strategy like that, you know, if they want to punt and go back to their home field.
Well, they're in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Because if there is a tie here, it's must win for SXP in round 5. But I'm not sure that we're going to see a tie. We haven't seen a tie here yet. Not a 0-0 tie anyway. You know, someone does always manage to score on this map. 6:40 on the clock. Time is ticking. Rude going in for a run. He's got very low health. Unlikely that he's going to make it out without a miracle. And there was no miracle on that run. Yeah, we're seeing the plasma come out.
Generally reserved for bored competitive players. It's when I usually see the plasma broken out.
Yeah, we have it. That might be the first time we've seen the plasma rifle all season. WDL, truthfully.
Just something to try to break the stalemate, you know? Gotta see what works.
And truthfully, that if there's any map to use that plasma, it's this one. You have a tight hallway. It's the only entrance into the base initially. You can really just pepper it with the plasma bolts and.
Yeah, it's better than rockets because it doesn't disorient your teammates.
Oh, so SXP on a small run here. The rockets from Rude are basically saved Bones. At first, it almost stood him up and prevented a score, but he was shooting them so haphazardly that it caused so much chaos that nobody could figure out what was going on coming out of the base. And that got Rude got Bones free there. So
Categorize that as a skillful discharge. It was very well done. Well done placement of the rockets. Really,
so
really broke the
Panthers
stalemate.
go up here. You're right. The Panthers go up, break the stalemate, 1-0. Now they're going to want to try and put some distance between. Is a 1 flag lead really enough here with 5 minutes to play?
Gonna have to say no. This map is too chaotic.
So Infer got a grab here, only 46 health though. He does have an escort on the way out. It looks like the escort is his entire team. All of Best Ever was there to help, but they were unable to beat the Panthers. So now both teams flooding the mid here, trying to get this mega that's coming. And basically the mega's a wash. Rude did get it, but he was immediately killed.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. SXP up 1-0. The match count, however, Best Ever leading 2-1. So the Panthers have to win this game if they want to close it out next round. And next round we're looking at a, for all the marbles, so to speak, if the Panthers can pull this off.
It's under the wire.
So 2 players from Best Ever coming into the base here. Legion on his way out. All the Panthers trying to defend. It looks like he has the Megasphere, but he blows himself up. Whoops.
Yeah, he took
So
a rocket to the face, took him down to 9 HP. Kind of hard to do anything with that.
3:30 on the clock. Panthers do lead this round 1-0. If they win this round, they will have tied up the round count 2-2 as they head back to Best Ever's home field. Rude grabs his own Soul Sphere, which is a smart move. You want to make sure that the other team cannot try to get a free run off of your sphere. And I imagine he's going to go in and check theirs, and he takes theirs as well. So Rude gets both Soul Spheres. He has no armor, but he has 195 health. He's got a guy with a pistol he's got to fight. He beats him on his way out. He's in the hallway. Infer does drop to stop him. Tony is able to pick the flag up, but no help, and he is swarmed at mid. So, good play by Tony. He almost was able to turn garbage into gold, but Best Ever locked all windows and doors.
Right you are, partner. .225. Not that much. Not really that much time on this map. If BST, has a time to attack, it's going to be now.
Yeah, if you consider that there's only really going to be 4 more meaningful Megasphere grabs at this point, and really that's a huge part of scoring here. So both flags are out. Tony makes it across.
This is a cap.
There's nobody to stop him. It looks like Panthers are going to
cap.
walk in unopposed. 2 minutes on the clock. Not a time to rest for the Panthers. We've seen some heartbreaks on this map before in the playoffs. You might be aware of some of them, Blair. But the Panthers lead 2-0, and Ross King, it looks like he's out to mid, but Tony's going to grab the flag. You have to wonder, is Tony going to go for mid, or is he going to try and just buy time here? No, he tries to get this run. He's on his way out. The Panthers flag is returned. Tony has the mega. He's able to push through mid. He powers through.
2 flags and 1 life as well.
MVP looking move by Tony. He almost assures this round with 1:13 to play. And it looks like we're going to be heading to round 5.
Yep, don't call it a barn burner, but that's what it's shaping up to be.
At the very least, it's a slobber knocker.
Definitely.
Because these teams are just trading wins back and forth. Very evenly matched. Both look very well prepared, very on top of it. They both had, well, you have to say Best Ever had a much better regular season. But the Panthers started coming on stronger at the end, and we're starting to see that here. So with 34 seconds on the clock, it's SXP has basically won this game. Tony jumps into the pit outside. He's not even trying anymore. So
yeah.
We're going to round 5. What do you think we're going to see out of these teams in round 5? It's going to be another change of style. They're used to this grind. They're going to have to go back to that fast-paced chaos.
Well, you know, it's really hard to not be really defensive at the start of round 5 when it's tied. It's just really hard not to do that. We'll see. We're going to see.
And you know, an excellent playoff game so far. Both teams tied up in the round count 2-2. The Panthers do take this round 3-0. We head into the 5th round. If either team wins this round, they will go on to the Demon Sphere Championship Classic. And if they lose, they're going home. In the event of a tie, we're coming back to the map we just saw. And it will just continue until there is a winner of a round. So the next person to win a round is moving on. So Legion gets the first touch here in this important pivotal game, but the Panthers are ready. They stop him. The blue armor that we didn't really talk about much during the last run that sits up on the pillar in mid is still up, hasn't been grabbed yet. Still up after 30 seconds. Very rare to see it up that long, but both teams, it looks like they're getting the lower spawns and really just pushing and trying to get that first strike and put something on the board. So Legion gets a grab here. Legion out to mid. Legion gets the return. The Panthers stop the flag on the stairs, but they don't go for the return. They go for the lift instead. And Best Ever is able to go up 1-0 here on their home field in round 5 within the first minute. So this is where things could break down for a team if their nerves start to bother them. They're bordering on a 50-minute game, and you know, it's a lot of pressure with the whole world watching.
Yep.
So Legion, again, gets a grab. He's not able to get it out. But Legion a huge part of that first score here. And Best Ever really firing on all cylinders right now. But the Panthers have shown amazing bounce back potential. We've seen it a couple times here. Rude is across with the flag. He's able to get a score here if he could just get a little defense, and he does. It's tied up 1-1. Rosking has his hands on the flag, though. He's going to just try and rebound this. Rosking is not worked out to mid yet. There he goes. He tries to make it out. And a big return by the Panthers. A lot of chaos in mid. Everybody's out of position at this point. This is a chance for either team to really kind of strike here, but it looks like things are kind of restoring. So 2 minutes in, each team has scored 1. The winner of this round moves on to the championship. We got 7:48 on the clock to play. Any predictions? Are you as bold to do anything like that, Blair?
Yeah, I'll say SXP 5-4 and the greatest upset this year.
Rosking almost makes the run, misses the jump, but Legion says, I heard what you said, Blair, and we're up 2-1 now.
I knew that was going to happen. Caster's curse. Well, we'll take a look at Rude here.
Rude out in mid with the flag, but he's unable to get past Infer. Now the blue armor is up, and Legion tries to make a jump for it. He misses the jump, so the blue armor is still up. Infer is out in mid. He gets the kill, and Roskin gets a good return. A lot of great teamwork there from Best Ever. Infer with his hands on the flag again. Not a lot of utilization of the blue armor here. Just as I say that, Rosking is able to grab it. But kind of gets mixed up, and a huge score by Rude after Tony gets a big return. So tied up here, 2-2, 6:30 on the clock to play. This is the sudden death round. They are tied up this 5th round. I don't even know what could happen. Anything could happen at this point. I feel like we've kind of seen it all so far this game.
Yeah, this whole playoff series has been excellent. And Rude's got an easy
And
cap
Rude,
there.
it's another cap. Walks it right across, and now SXP in the driver's seat for the first time this game with the lead.
And
But Ross
King.
King says, you know what, let's just tie it back up. I don't think we're going to see this go to 10 minutes. Legion has his hand on the flag. Bones misses the kill, but he gets the second shot, and he does get him. So we're tied up with 3. 2 more flags are going to do it. They're going to send one of these 2 teams to the championship. I don't think that we're going to see a tie this game.
I don't think so either. It's too fast-paced of a map for that.
Blue flag taken. Blue flag returned.
Now 2 in on Bones here.
Red flag.
And his team does drop to help, and they clear the base, so best ever all kind of back on their heels. The Panthers get to move out, but just like that, Legion is already back in the base on Bones. Tony with the flag grab, but he's unable to move it across mid.
Bones an excellent defender on this map, using that geometry of the railing in order to not get hit.
Blue flag returned.
And Tony tries to jump for the blue armor, but he's unable to make the jump.
Red flag taken.
Ooh, and Legion does make it out to mid, but he is stopped by Rude. Rude gets a very, very critical return. All returns are critical at this point.
Very little margin for error in round 5, especially when it's
Tony
tied.
drops into the base to help with defense. And Tony with a great run here. He's out across mid, but he's not able to make it all the way across. And Legion has the SXP flag, and he's on their stairs, and it's stopped at the stairs, but amazing teamwork. All 3 players from Best Ever look like got a piece of it, and they are within 1 flag of moving on to the finals. Legion makes the rocket jump. Is that going to be it?
That's going to be it.
And Best Ever, just like that, an amazing finish. Legion puts it on his back. He says, we're done. And almost too fast for us to even see what happened. Rocket jumps from the flag stand across the map and scores the 5th flag, eliminating the Panthers, the number 1 seeded Best Ever, just by a thread. Survives to the Demon Sphere Championship Classic 9. A great game for both teams. I'm sure that the Panthers are feeling down about it, but they played an excellent game and they had a lot of great plays. And so, the starting lineup of Best Ever, Ross King, Legion, and Infer, they get the job done and move on to next week. So, with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight to the World Doom League playoffs semifinals. The second game will be on Sunday at 6:30 Eastern Time. That will be the Phantom Troop, number 6 seeded Phantom Troop at the number 2 seeded Superchargers. So make sure you tune in for that this Sunday. On behalf of the league, myself, Blair, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight, and we'll see you Sunday.